Hello. Today, the goal is to learn some Gitxsanimx. I'm learning Gitxsanimx, and I thought we could learn together. Gitxsanimx just means the language today. The goal for today is to be able to learn some basic greetings for you to say in your daily life, have a short conversation, and to start to formulate your own sentences with our words for see or saw and at. If you cannot already read Gitxsan, I would suggest going over to YouTube and looking up the words Gitxsan alphabet. Ms. Cheyenne Morgan has made a really awesome video detailing the certain sounds that the different letters make in Gitxsanimx because they look the same as English, but some of the letters make completely different sounds altogether. So if you want to go do that, please do that and come back, and we'll get started here. Also, before we get started, as you can see at the bottom, all the information in this lesson has been adapted from teachings by Miss Katie Ludwig, who has been a language mentor of mine, who I'm super grateful to. So, Toyaksanin, Miss Katie. For those of you who don't know, that means thank you in Gitxsan, and let's get started. First up is Amahilu for good morning. Amahilu. So the two I's make the E sound. The is like it's about to say like with the L, and then you just blow air past it. And then the XW I always think about when you're a kid and you imitate the sound of wind. So like whoo. So he flew. Next up is Amagalan Silksa. The back G in Galan and the KW Silksa. It's good afternoon. Silksa is also a thing. That's sort of like midday. And then Amagalan Silksa is the afternoon. So like after lunchtime. Next up is Amayuchsa, which is good evening. Amayuchsa. So Amayuchsa. Last is Amaauch. And Amaauch is kind of like good night, as in like that's the end of the night. Good night is like goodbye for the night. I'm going to bed. Amaauch. Next up is a short conversation between Bob and Doug. Amahilluch Bob. Lumskorin and Gan. Amswalowina. Says good morning, Bob. I'm happy to see you. Lumskorin and Gan is I'm happy to see you. Are you doing well? As Amswalowina. It can also be interpreted as how are you? Amahilluch Doug. Hochti Lumskorin and Gan. Amswilly. Gutnin. So, yes, happy, good morning, Doug. I'm also happy to see you, which is the hochti. That's the only difference between the first sentence. And then amtwili is I'm doing well. And then gutnin is and you. Hochti amtwili. Lugulam, which means yes, I'm doing well also. Very well. As you can see, hochti changes the sentence. So, amtwili means I'm doing well, and then hochti amtwili means I'm also doing well, or I'm doing well too. And then lu amtgorin and gatan means I'm happy to see you, and then hochti lu amtgorin and gatan means I'm happy to see you too. So this is an example of a conversation that would take place in the morning time, as it's signified by the amahihlu, and then, it could be Amagalan Silksa or Amayuchsa, and only that would change, and the rest would remain the same. Okay, so next up, this is worth memorizing just off the top of your head. You've got these 6 words that are extremely important in Gitxsanimx. They are neat, neen, nit, noom, nism, nadit. And as you can see, it would be helpful to pause and write these down. Up top, as you can see, singular and plural. Singular just mean one person, plural meaning multiple people. And on the left, first, second, and third person, referring to who you're speaking to. So neat is first person, and noom is plural, so we or our. Second person just meaning that I'm speaking to you. So neen is you, and nissim is you all. Third person, nit, meaning you and I are talking about somebody else. So nit, he, she, or it. And nadit, meaning them or they. Now, part of why these are so important and the reason why there's bold letters at the end there is because those endings can be taken off and put onto different root words. And these root words are, when you put them on the root words, it tells you information about the words. And so this is demonstrated here with the word ge'a, or to see. And so the first person, ge'ai, and you just take the Y off ni, and so you just do that with all these endings. So ge'ai is I saw, ge'ap is we saw, ge'an is you saw, ge'asum is you all saw, ge'at, he, she saw, ge'adit, they saw. And so this is kind of a good demonstration of the utility of these words and why they're so important. And you can hear all of these different endings in the feast hall. If you hear somebody speaking, you can hear all these different types of words and endings being spoken. And so moving right along here. Here we have connectors, which are super important in Gitxsanimx because they help us formulate proper sentences in Gitxsanimx. So common noun just refers to a person, place, or thing or idea. And a proper noun just refers to like a name, like Bobby, Susie, or the words that we use in place of a name, such as mom or dad. So you could say, I saw mom, or I saw dad, I saw grandpa. And so the connector for common noun is HL, and it just gets tacked on to the verb that you're talking about, in this case, guide. And so we're going to focus on first person, seeing, I saw in this video. And in future videos, we'll get into more detailed discussions about other people seeing things or multiple people seeing things. But for now, so like, ge'ait us, I saw a dog. Ge'ait us, gant deuce, I saw a dog and a cat. Ge'ait get, I saw a man. And then, for proper nouns, that connector is going to be changed to a T. So ge'ait Bobby, I saw Bobby. Ge'ait Bobby got Susie, I saw Bobby and Susie. Ge'ait yet, I saw Grandpa. And so these connectors are important. It's sort of like you wouldn't say, I saw dog, I saw cat. It sounds kind of incomplete and not correct. And so that's sort of what the purpose that these connectors serve. Again, it would be helpful to pause and write these examples down. Also, right here, please pause and write this down, and then I'm just going to go through the words and pronounce them for you so you have an idea of how to pronounce them, and then we'll get into sentence formulation with these words. So at where words, gal or goal, at or to, and it means it's a very versatile word, useful, but for now we're going to focus on at, basically. And these are indegi words. So starting with on the left column, Galdemort, store. Wilp Amadelgas, church. Wilp Kaltsap, community hall. Wilp Islet, jail. Wilp Seep, hospital. Wilp Siwalaxa, school. Wilp Ayok Kaltsap, band office. And Dosum Get, graveyard, or Anskiest. Both of those words mean graveyard. And then on the right column, you've got Wotum Gasset, gas station. Hatneyclit, you got to get that stop in there. Hatneyclit, ball field. Wilptok, restaurant, the house where we eat. Wilp Lilligit, feast hall. Wilp Seek, bathroom. Spagaikan, forest. And Wilp Ayok, which means courthouse. And so now combining these words, you can get things like Gael us gael wilp kaltsap. I saw a dog at the hall. Gael chada gael spagaikan. I saw a moose in the forest. Gael John gael wilp tok. This is actually a mistake. That's supposed to be I saw John at the restaurant. Wilp tok is restaurant, not feast hall. So please take these place names, learn them, and then take whatever random words you know from Gitxsan class growing up or just hearing it growing up and apply them. Start to make your own sentences. If you know any, ask another elder if they know any other place names and put them in the comments below. Thank you. Bye-bye.